Did you know we've been producing Larry's Country Diner for almost 9 years? We recently counted the episodes. We have over 250 of them, 16 seasons worth. Well, that's a ton of great music, laughter, and stories. We thought it was time to do a review of some of our favorite Larry's Country Diner moments from years past. Not a rerun, but a review. So we asked our sponsors, Springer Mountain Farms, Boot Daddy, and Tartar Farm and Ranch, to sit down with the rest of the cast to talk about our favorite moments so we can share them with you. It was a blast. Let's start things off as we always do. Here's an opening from several years ago.
It's promise time. Thank you. Promise time. The Lord will give strength unto his people. The Lord will bless his people with peace and a sponsorship. No, it doesn't say that. Bless his people with peace. Get your own dang sponsor. All right.
Dropping his towel today, huh?
I'm going to need a bobby pin.
You need a blanket.
Stay down. 1956 was the year. Living standards were increasing. Kids, a third of the high school graduates were now going off to college. TV shows were As the World Turns and The Spice is Right. The Price is Right. Those were the television shows. And for the first time, mothers could buy disposable diapers and non-stick frying pans. 1956. Remember what it was like when you had to wash diapers all the time? They didn't have the disposable things. Average monthly rent was $88. The average yearly wages were $4,450. Cost of gas was 22 cents a gallon. Oh, this guy appeared on the Ed Sullivan Show and entered the charts for the first time with this song.
Well, since my baby left me, well, I found a new place to dwell. Well, it's down at the end of Logan Street.
Oh, here comes the routine.
And no table dancing in the diner.
I'll be so lonely.
Here to die. Shortly after this, Shortly after that, Colonel Tom Parker became Elvis's manager. My Fair Lady opens on Broadway, starring Julie Andrews and Eliza Doolittle and Rex Harrison as Professor Higgins. Black and white portable television set hit the market. I'll hold it up. You know, for some reason, I think of television being around a whole lot earlier than that. Maybe the difference was it's black and white portable TV set. Hit the market for the first time. Albert Woolson, the last Union soldier of the Civil War, died at the age of 109 years old in 1956, and the last Confederate soldier, Walter Williams, will die in 1959. While we're on passings, Samuel J. Seymour, the last witness to the death of Abraham Lincoln, dies. Rocky Marciano, remember him? Yeah. Rocky Marciano. The young people in the room go, say who? Rocky Marciano retires as the only undefeated heavyweight. And the 4th of July family barbecue, Milton Levine, TimeWarpToys.com. At a 4th of July family barbecue, Milton Levine dreams up the idea for the first ant farm, complete with live ants. Gee, that's what he did with his barbecue. Woody Guthrie had this song.
This land is your land, and this land is my land. From the California to the New York Island, from the Redwood Forest to the Gulf Stream waters.
This land was made for you and me. And then there was Ray Price, and this song was number one.
There is the arms that reach to hold somebody new. For my yearning heart keeps saying you're not mine.
And that's it for 1956. We have a special guest. We always have special guests here, but this guy I love, Johnny Counterfeit. Johnny, it's so good to see you here. Thank you. We're going to jump right into it because I don't want to lose any of it. what do you consider yourself to be? A comedian, a musician, an impressionist?
Yes.
Yes, all of the above.
Some say yes and some say no.
It's got to be a bit of a burden to sound like everybody else in the world. What do you sound like when it's just Johnny? Do you have I mean, that would, Rich Little, the great impressionist, I mean, you never know what Rich Little sounded like.
Well, I have been, the last few years I've been writing songs and adding original songs in my own voice to my concert shows, and I'll do that a little bit later on the show. But I do a mix of them now, even though the comedy and the impressions are what I love to do the best.
I wish I could do that. It's one thing I told you earlier, that's one thing I wish I could do, was impressions. Give me some. I just jump into it.
Well, I do want to say that President Bill Clinton and I kind of talked, and I felt beside myself next to him. I got to do a show at the White House, and he got the biggest kick out of that. He said, I ought to have you do my radio shows. Well, let's see. Sometimes that is to say, yes, I do that too.
He always started everything with, well,
yes,
Ronald Reagan.
Well, yes. But growing up, I watched a lot of television, so I found out I could do the same voices that I would see and hear on television.
How did that happen? Did you just start doing it one day?
Yeah, I just tried one of the voices, see if I could, in those days we called it mimicking. And I remember in school I was watching a show called All in the Family.
Right.
Oh, geez, I started to do the Archie Bunker thing, huh?
And then me and Archie started singing the song.
Oh, geez, a dingbat, huh? So I've been doing that stuff ever since, and then all the variety shows I'd watch because I love the show business part, the performers, and so I kind of learned the acting part of live concerts and getting into the characters. Just love it.
Do you work on that? When I've seen you do Johnny Cash.
Yeah, thank you.
See, now, all right, now your face goes into a contorted thing when you do. Can you do Johnny Cash without doing that?
Well, all I got to do is kind of sit here and do this, It's not as much fun when I do it with a straight face. I think it's a lot more fun when I do it like that, don't you think so?
A lot more natural. A lot more natural.
And thank you.
You don't realize you have all these mannerisms until you see somebody else feeding them back to you. That flicking of the nose.
Well, all the little nuances that the fans of whoever the artist that I'm impersonating is, they recognize that immediately because, they've studied their star as well. So,
who is the hardest person to mimic, in your opinion?
I think the one I really have to rehearse on is Sinatra, because in my shows I've got a duet with rather multiple artists sing with Johnny Cash. As an example, I start out with Cash, and then I'll have Dean Martin sing with Johnny Cash, and then I'll have Sinatra get in with them. And so.
Do you have any of that planned for today?
No, but one never knows. If we have a little extra time at the end, I could try a little Dean Martin singing a Johnny Cash song. I keep a close watch on this heart of mine. I keep my eyes wide open all the time. I keep the ends out for the tie that binds. Because you're mine, I drink all the time. Thank you.
What else you got for us?
Well, I was watching some old clips. I saw Dwight Yoakam and Buck Owens together, so I want to try a little bit of that.
All right.
They had a big hit called Streets of Bakersfield. Sometimes I like to put these people together. I came here looking for something I couldn't find anywhere else.
I'm not trying to be nobody. Just want a chance to be myself. I spent 1,000 miles of thumbing. Yes, I've worn blisters on my heels, trying to find me something better here on the streets of Bakersfield. Hey, you don't know me, you don't like me. Say you care less how I feel. How many of you sit and judge me? Ever walk the streets of Bakersfield? How many of you that sit and judge me ever walk the streets of Bakersfield?
Thank you. Thank you. Let's grab us a Boot Daddy commercial here.
We can do it, Larry. We can do it.
Well, you know, this is our third week of the Boot Daddy Boot-A-Day giveaway. That's 7, Gus. We're going to give one a day for seven.
One pair.
One pair.
One pair.
We did, yeah.
And all you got to do is to go register to bootdaddy.com.
But that's kind of an anomaly.
Make up another
One
word.
pair.
One pair. One pair.
One
but
pair.
Times 7.
Yes.
But, you know, these boots are great boots. And this week, it's double H. Yep. And guess what? These boots are American-made, too.
It's an American flag.
And it's unbelievable. But I wore this double H boot. I wear it. I live on a farm. I raise cattle in my sanity time. I get on my tractor time. It's when I call Larry Black. I'm out on the farm taking pictures, and I said I enjoy the cattle, and I'm using her squeeze chute, but I wear this double H boot because it wears good and it lasts a long time.
I was going to say that that looks like a work boot. I mean, it's a great-looking boot, but it looks like a
and you're not going to wear out the sole of this boot.
Yeah, that is.
Yeah, they're tough. They're one of the toughest work boots that we actually sell. This one is a new addition to the family, made out of bison leather. It's an oil tan bison, has their famous ice outsole.
And then what is the that's kind of special right there. I don't know if
Marketing 101.
Okay.
It looks pretty.
It does.
It
looks good.
2 years
rugged.
from now, after you wear that boot, you will still see that emblem in it because it will not wear past that.
Yeah, they take these all through abrasive resistant testing, and basically they just put wear on it through machines to get a resistance rating. And this is one of the toughest soles made out there in the industry.
That's where we always mess up because we tell people this boot's going to last you 2 years. Oh, yeah. Tomorrow you're going to eat chicken. We got to wait 2 more years for you to buy another pair of boots. So we're always behind the game. But anyway.
Well,
like
everybody needs another pair of boots.
Everybody does.
Yeah.
But I tell you what, your audience has been unbelievable. 42 years being in business, starting 43 next month. And it's like, you know, it's unbelievable how the people come in and, you know, we can't say enough about Larry's Country Diner fans. And we tell people to come in to see us. They come in, we'll drop a meeting and go meet people. We do that
I know
because
you
we
will.
want people to meet.
You did that for me. I had the best time when I went out there. It's really something to see. And not only, as I've said before, not only the Boot Daddy part of it, but that saddle shop where you custom make saddles and the hats and stuff. That's really, really impressive.
People really walk in and they tell us the first thing,
and they're
I didn't know you had
handmade.
other stuff.
Yeah, and everything's handmade.
You know, and we even have some other stuff in the store now we're going to be talking about next week. It's going to be really fun too. But anyway.
So go to bootdaddy.com, register to win your free pair of double H boots.
For all week.
Do they have women's?
Oh, yeah.
They do make
and you're
women's
going to
as
tell
well.
them to come and see us?
Absolutely, yeah. Come by in Springfield, Missouri.
Springfield, Missouri.
That's right. Springfield, Missouri. It's a PFI home of Boot Daddy right there on 65 and Battlefield.
Thanks, Larry.
Got it. Joey and Rory. I think the first time we had them on, they were working on some projects, but Joey and Rory were really special. And then we all know what happened with Joey. There they are.
There they are, Joey and Rory.
Ladies and gentlemen, This is Joey.
Yes.
Right?
I'm
See,
Joey.
because I continually get this confused. The only thing I can think of is Rory Calhoun.
That's who I'm named after, actually.
Are you
Rory
really?
Calhoun. Yes, I sure
Woo!
am. How are you, sir?
Did he sing?
He acted.
He acted like a singer. Well, you can act like a singer.
I can't. That's what I do all the time.
Let's
She
get over
sings.
here. Let's get over here. That was a great video.
Well, thank you.
What,
Look at that belt buckle, Larry.
what belt buckle? Oh,
Isn't that cool?
all right. Camera guy, get the belt buckle.
That's awesome.
What does it say?
It says Jasper County Lions Club.
Oh.
in
And it says
Jasper,
rodeo
Texas.
at the bottom.
Rodeo. We played at a rodeo, and I love belt buckles. And so anytime we go and play at a rodeo or any kind of event, if they have belt buckles as prizes, I raise my hand. Actually, my husband does for me, and he says, my wife collects them.
We need a Larry's Country Diner belt buckle.
You do?
Well, we've got a Country's Family reunion.
Yeah, maybe you can give her one of those.
I'll have to get you one. Remind me.
I sure will.
Because
I'm
I
gonna
will
hold you to
forget.
it.
I will forget.
Don't remind Larry. Remind Renee.
I am bad to forget. You know what? That video, there is another video you did, which I think is from a song that you're going to sing. You've done, how many videos have you done?
We've done 4 or 5.
Okay, the song that you were singing a little bit ago, see, we're pretending that you just dropped by.
Right.
Are you buying it?
Are you buying that this is a diner? If so, you'll buy anything. Oh, speaking of buying anything, wait a minute.
He dropped the rag.
Yeah, but I picked up the good stuff. This is Joey and Rory. They have this, and you guys have a vinyl record?
Of course we
do.
Wow.
We got it just for your record player over here.
Well,
Even though that's
it
a
won't
different
fit
kind of
that one,
record
but we got
player.
one that
yeah,
it will.
Turns out.
We'll show you one that will in a little bit. Joey and Rory, if let's give them a heads up. Where would they go to see Joey and Rory?
You can go to our website, joeyandrory.com. Our CDs are in all the stores, basically. So we've got our first album, Life of a Song, and then we just put out our second album called Album Number 2. It took us a while to think about what we were going to call it. And,
So you mean you guys are big time? You're actually in stores?
we're in stores, yeah.
That's kind of a rarity for the diner.
Is this the first time?
Don't watch you big time folks stop by here.
Well, we get hungry too, you know.
We hear the food's really good
Oh,
here.
it is. It's delicious. Before we waste our time talking, I want to hear you sing. Then we're going to talk some more.
Okay, great.
What are you going to sing?
We're going to sing a song that, well, we live in an old farmhouse south of Nashville, and we have a little restaurant, and we have a little farm with some livestock and a little country life, and so we wrote a song about it.
Great. Joey and Rory.
Now planning our day around the TV set, and paying our bills and staying out of debt, that's important to me. That's important to me. And opening the windows and letting in air, holding hands when we're saying a prayer, that's important to me. Yeah, that's important to me. And having somebody to share my life, and loving my husband and being a wife, and the very best mother I can be, that's important to me. Telling the truth and being real, and feeding my family a home-cooked meal, that's important to me. That's important to me. Planting the garden and watching it grow, and keeping it country on the radio, that's important to me.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, that's important to me. Always having you to hold, being beside you when we grow old. And they plant us 'neath that big oak tree. that's important to me.
Wow.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That is fantastic. How'd you guys meet?
She stopped me.
From what?
He didn't say stopped me. Stalked.
Stalked me.
Stop.
He said from what? From what?
No, it's actually kind of a cool story. I was playing a songwriters night at the Bluebird Cafe about 10 years ago, and it turns out she was in the audience. Probably better for you to tell
Well,
the
I just
story.
moved to Nashville from Indiana, and I walked into the Bluebird the first time I'd ever been to a songwriters night, and there was this man singing these beautiful songs and wearing overalls, and he just stole my heart. And I just sat there and said, I'm going to marry that man someday.
Seriously?
I did. I knew it. I just knew that that was going to be my future. I
So
just
you
didn't
really
know
did
when or
stalk
how.
him.
I did.
Sort of really did. Very first conversation we ever had, she told me that we were going to spend the rest of our lives together. And I looked at her, and then I looked at her again, and I went, oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, we are.
How frightening is that?
We all have our crosses to bear.
I tell you what.
You know what I mean?
My wife ain't never told me that, have you, Luann?
She has her cross to bear.
Then she's got a major cross to bear. And then, so you dated for how long? I mean,
We dated 2 months. We got engaged 2 months after that, and then we got married. So we dated a total of like 4 months.
But
She said,
the
yeah.
irony of it, though, is that night, after he sang these songs, and he was a professional songwriter, and so I was just hooked from the moment I started hearing his songs. But about 3 songs into the next performance slot, he introduced his little girls to the audience. And so he had his little girls, and I just assumed, well, darn, he's married, he's got these kids. So I went on with my life, but I always remembered his name. I remembered that song. It was a song called The Chain of Love that Clay Walker went on to record and make it into a big hit. And then, I just thought, man, he's such a neat man. And so about 2 years passed, and then I found out that he wasn't married. He had raised his little girls by himself all those years as a single dad, which made me want to find out more about him. And so I went to another writer's night, and sure enough, all those feelings I had the first time were there. And so I started stalking him really
that's
heavily.
an exciting story. So
Wouldn't you like to hear something negative about him, though? I mean,
do you know something?
No, but I mean, all this glowing.
She knows a few things.
We went to church with she and her husband in real life for 17 years. And
Renee.
And Renee. And her husband.
And Phil.
And when I wanted to do the show, I knew that it needed some comedy relief. And although Nadine, her persona outside of Nadine, just liked comedy.
Had she been hatched before the Larry's Country Diner show?
You explain that.
Yeah. We did a Valentine's banquet at our church, and it never was like a love thing. It was like a variety show. And so I would come out and roast people as they came in or talk about people in the church. And our pastor would sit there and just sweat.
Real stuff?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
He would sweat because he was scared death was going to run off. I just ran off about 35 families, I think. It wasn't that many.
Big church, so I
Big place, yeah. But Larry was always there. In fact, usually his boys were on those shows too, so they were doing things too. And that's where we came. He called me and said, would you want to do that? And I said, I didn't even hesitate. I just thought, that'd be fun. And so.
Where did the name Nadine come from?
Well, I don't really know anybody. I didn't know anybody named Nadine, but those were those names that Florence, Nadine, Inez, those names were in my little town where I was raised.
Yeah. I'm
yeah.
Lena.
And I just picked that one. I don't know why, but it was just
Well,
one
it
of those.
fits you.
It stuck.
Yeah,
It fits you very well.
I think it does. Yeah.
Well, I remember that first show. I was so impressed with your spontaneity and the way you would respond to things. But in my mind, I've been around a lot of comedians, including Minnie Pearl. Can she continue?
Can she sustain it?
Show after show, and you did. It was just amazing. I always loved Minnie Pearl. She was a dear friend. And the neat thing about Minnie is she had her stage persona, and then other times she was Sarah Cannon. And you're like that. You can be Nadine, but then when you go back to being, do you use your real name? Mona, you know, you don't get the two confused, I guess is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
No, it just happens when I don't take my medicine.
Yeah, that's basically it.
If you look on the web, you see all of these bulletin inserts from churches that got mistyped. And they're just, some of them are vulgar, some of them are incredibly funny. But I said, come up with about 13 bulletin inserts, and you'll close out with a bulletin.
But I need to talk to you again about Lucille.
Oh, Lord.
I'm telling you, Larry, y'all got to do something down there at that
Bulletin
church.
screwed up
I'm
again?
telling you, it's
What'd you
just,
do?
it's embarrassing. First one, I just saw it this morning. Weight Watchers will meet at 7 p.m. at the First Presbyterian Church. Please use double doors on the side.
That'll do
I'm
it.
telling you.
Well, I mean, there's really nothing wrong with that. She just understood.
No, I'm telling you, I'm a member of Weight Watchers. I go every once in a while. But I'm telling her, if her brains was French fries, she wouldn't have enough for a Happy Meal. I'm telling you.
Well, what else she do wrong?
The next one was the maintenance of the church graveyard is becoming increasingly costly. It would be great help if parishioners would do their best to tend to their own graves. Now, how are we going to do that? I'm telling you, she's
now,
about
I agree with you on
she
that
is about as
one.
bright as Alaska in December.
Yeah.
And
did you get enough in that forkful?
I really didn't.
Okay.
I might go for another. Need some whipped cream on that one. And the last one is, this is just embarrassing. The sermon Pastor Tom ain't gonna like this at all.
Yeah.
The sermon this morning is Jesus Walks on the Water. And then the night sermon is called Searching for Jesus. I mean, that's not funny. I think y'all gonna have to do
That's not
something about
spiritual.
that. That ain't spiritual.
That ain't spiritual at all.
And it embarrasses me. I ain't bringing no more people over there at that church, so y'all get this straightened out.
Well, we'll try to work on it. We'll try to work on it, maybe. Can we get you any more food?
No, this will do for right now.
For right now, all right. Keep
Yeah.
an eye on her, Renee.
She'll
Nadine,
keep me fooled up.
thanks for stopping in, Nadine.
Yeah.
All right.
You got another song off this gold mine thing?
I do, but we're going to play an old one here first.
Oh, good.
They've asked us. And actually, I wrote this song back about 1989 and 90, around that area. Wrote it about where I grew up, down in Florida.
I know what this one is. Yeah.
Yeah, good one. Called Seminole Wind.
Ever since the days of old, men would search for wealth untold. They dig for silver and for gold and leave the empty hole. And way down south in the Everglades, where the black water rolls and the sawgrass waves, the eagles fly and the otters play, the land of the Seminole. And blow, blow, Seminole wind, blow like you're never gonna blow again. I'm calling to you like a long lost friend, but I know who you are. And blow, blow from the Okeechobee all the way up to Micanopy, blow across the home of the Seminole, the alligators and the guard. Then progress came and took its toll, and in the name of flood control, they made their plans and they drained the land. Now the glades are going dry. And the last time I walked in the swamp, I sat up on a cypress stump. I listened close and I heard the ghost of Osceola cry. And blow, blow, Seminole wind, blow like you're never gonna blow again. I'm calling to you like a long lost friend, but I know who you are. And blow, blow from the Okeechobee all the way up to Micanopy. Blow across the home of the Seminole, the alligators and the gulls.
Don Anderson. That's good. Great stuff. Great stuff. Is there a Gus Arendale in the house?
Yes, sir, there is.
How you doing, guy?
I'm doing great, Larry. I'm doing a whole lot better now that I'm here. How about right now? Now, this is fun. It's fairly new. The chicken wings. They're fully cooked chicken wings. It's the best hot and spicy wing you ever had in your life. Right now, they're available at Ingles. You can get them at Ingles. I love to talk about Ingles. They're good to us. They're in the Southeast. Ingles has 195 stores, Alabama, Georgia, North Carolina, South Carolina, Tennessee, and Virginia. You can get the hot wings there, plus you can get Springer Mountain Farms chicken there. Your friendly Hayes grocer, we're moving out. We're because of the viewers on Larry's Country Diner, and y'all keep asking for it, and it really does work, and y'all keep saying we need Springer Mountain Farms chicken, because we picked up Hayes here, and they've got 12 stores in 2 states. They're in Arkansas and Missouri. Love being in Arkansas. That's knocking on some of my competition's door right there when I get in Arkansas. It sure is. How about Giant Eagle? Giant Eagle's real good to us. We co-brand with Giant Eagle. As you can see, they've got a Nature's Basket label. Down here, they're so proud of their Nature's Basket, they let Springer Mountain Farms pack it for them. That's who they want to. So they put our Springer Mountain Farms label on there. They also carry the American Humane Association, because of Springer Mountain Farms co-brand with it. They're in 204 stores in 2 states, in Ohio and Pennsylvania. And on top of that, we have new. I'm real proud of this. It's Holler and Dash. It's a biscuit house. They got chicken and biscuits. It's very, very good. You can go to their website. They've even proud to serve Springer Mountain Farms. It has Springer Mountain Farms on their website. We're growing right now. We've got 6 restaurants, Alabama, Florida, Georgia, and Tennessee. That is new. And everybody's favorite, and please keep entering in. You can enter in as many times as you want, is the Freezer Full of Chicken giveaway. Go to betterchicken.com. That's betterchicken.com. Enter as many times as you want to. Get a freezer full of chicken. Gus will call you. We draw one every 3 months. I call it every season, but it's every 3 months, every quarter. We draw for a freezer full of chicken. I'll call you. You tell us where to go get the freezer that you want. We'll get it delivered to your house, and then Susan Wade, my beautiful assistant, will send you the chicken. So that's it. Please enter as many times as you want. Buy Springer Mountain Farms chicken. Eat Springer Mountain Farms chicken. Sleep Springer Mountain Farms chicken. Thank you.
A 3, 4, 1, 2.
You see, you sit and cry. You know you need and want my love, yet you're afraid to try. Why do you run and hide from life? Do you try it just ain't smart? Why can't I free your doubtful mind and melt your cold, cold heart? There was a time when I believed that you belonged to me, but now I know your heart is shackled to a memory. The more I learn to care for you, the more we drift apart. Why can't I free your doubtful mind and melt your cold, cold heart? Why can't I free your doubtful mind and melt your cold, cold heart?
Yeah. Oh, man.
Larry, a lot of your fans will write in or leave messages that they don't live on a farm or ranch, but they love Tartar products. And I wanted to let them know that we have products that you can use even if you're not on a farm or ranch, as long as you have a little bit of space. Your
I was just going to
tomatoes
say,
are
I do. They're sitting in my driveway, and I've got 3 of them.
Yeah, Tartar tanks. So those have a bottom in them. You just drill a hole for the drainage, put some gravel in and some dirt. You can make your tomatoes. You even have wheels on yours, don't you? So you can wheel them into the garage.
I do, but I put too much dirt in there and it broke them.
They weren't tartar wheels.
No, that's right. It was not tartar wheels. That
First thing you see in our store is tartar tanks.
Tartar tanks, yeah. They make great coolers.
Coolers.
And now we have a new product. It's a raised bed planter. So it's a tank without a bottom.
Yep.
Everybody's into organic gardening, and if you have just a little space out back, you don't have to put anything together. You just take the piece, lay it on the ground, fill it with dirt, and you've got a garden bed. No tilling, no tools.
And there's no bottom in it, though.
There's no bottom in it, so you can. It will go all the way through. You know, you can't put it on your porch or anything. There's no bottom in it.
Sure, but you
but
put
you
it
don't
out
have to drill any
in the
holes.
dirt.
Right. Yeah. Just set it on the ground, put some dirt in it, and you're ready to go. Instant garden.
And to get you on the website?
TartarUSA.com to find your nearest dealer.
Love it. Gene Watson, Real Country Music, brand new. And Gene, give us another one.
I'll try.
No, there's nothing worse than a bad goodbye. And you think you'll feel better if you have a good cry. But save those tears for tomorrow when there's nothing better to do. It's a beautiful night. Don't waste it on the blues. Time is all it takes for a broken heart to mend. And sooner or later, you know you'll try love again. So why not start tonight? You've only got the hurt to lose. It's a beautiful night. Don't waste it on the blues. Don't waste one more minute. Believe it, a bad break should keep you home in the dark. There's nothing like a walk in the moonlight to let love run away with your heart. You could turn on your stereo and play your saddest songs. Sit by your window and stare out all night long. But if you look up, you'll see the stars are just too bright to refuse. It's a full moon out. Don't waste it on the blues. Well, if you look up, you'll see the stars are just too bright to refuse. It's a good night for love. Don't waste it on the blues.
Oh, yeah.
All right, Sheriff.
That's it.
Thank you.
Gene?
Mighty good, man.
Great stuff. Thanks for being here.
Thank you for having me, Larry.
Y'all go to the GeneWatsonMusic.com.
GeneWatsonMusic.com. You can buy the CD by going there. You can get it on Amazon, get it on iTunes, or just contact us. Come to one of our shows out on the road. Come to the Starlight Theater. We'll have plenty of them, and I'll autograph them for you.
I love it. Thank you, Gene.
You give them away at the shows.
I didn't say that.
Oh, okay.
Hold that up real quick.
Sorry, I misunderstood.
This is, tell them about Diner Chat real
Diner
quick.
Chat is for people that are not computer savvy, that want to pick up the phone and call me every Thursday at 3 o'clock Eastern Time. We do a chat for 1 hour. Have special guests on there, and sometimes just talk to you. So call customer service and get the telephone number and PIN code.
That's it. We're out of here. Thanks for being here today. Gene, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Lieutenant Governor, thank you. Thank you, John.
Where did the hour go? I don't know. It looks like it's time once again to say Larry's Country Diner, where the cameras are always rolling and
We don't care.